Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Pragya, you are audible.
Okay. Um, so we are waiting for everybody to join. We'll just start shortly.
Yeah, Pragya, I think we can start.
Okay, ma'am. Hello, everyone. On this auspicious day of Basant Panchami, I would like to wish all gathered here a very happy Basant Panchami and Saraswati Puja. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varde Kamarupini Vidya Aram Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. It means, O Saraswati, salutations be. O giver of boons, O Kamrupni, I am going to start studies. May the success be mine always. With this beautiful prayer, once again, a very good afternoon to everyone. I am Pragya Satakshi, a student of BCA second year of Trinity Institute of Professional Studies, Dwarka. Our future success is directly proportional to our ability to understand, adopt, and integrate new technology into our work. With this beautiful quote by Sukant Ratnakar, I would like to welcome all of you to today's webinar on the topic World Within Data Science. On this auspicious day, on behalf of the fraternity of tips, I would like to welcome the eminent speaker of the event, Dr. Saloni Bhushan, our respected director ma'am, Dr. Barkha Behan, and our ever enthusiastic HOD ma'am, Dr. Mukta Sharma. We thank you all for your gracious presence. I would also like to give a heartfelt thanks to our respected and honorable chairman, sir, Dr. R.K. Tandon, who has always been a great source of motivation to all of us. I would also like to welcome all the faculty members and my dear friends. Moving forward, I would like to introduce our honorable and respected director, ma'am, Dr. Barkha Behel. Dr. Barkha Behel is director and professor at Trinity Institute of Professional Studies, a NAAC accredited institute affiliated with Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University. She has over 3 decades of teaching, research, and administrative experience. She has published numerous research articles and various publications in reputed national and international journals. She has been a resource person for value-added courses, faculty development programs, and chaired sessions in conferences. Dr. Barkha Behel has edited more than 10 conference proceedings. She has numerous research projects to her credit. Now I would like to invite her to kindly give the inaugural speech to the audience. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Pragya. It is my honor to welcome today Dr. Saloni Bhushan for taking time out from her busy schedule and agreeing to deliver on a very relevant topic, which is nowadays in demand. what I think is that quality parameters, to achieve quality parameters, it is very pertinent that each and every student should be skilled, not only personally but professionally too. And for that, keeping all these things in mind, internal quality assurance cell has been conducting series of guest lectures, webinars, seminars, conferences for the overall well-being and the grooming, to groom the students. Under this, today we have organized this session, and I hope that students will be knowing about the difference between data sciences, data analytics, which are in demand nowadays, and they are coming up with new platforms like Python, statistical analysis, Spark, Hadoop, machine learning. Though these were there already, but now we are using it. Earlier we were talking about them, now we are working on them, and we are working with the real life applications associated with them. So what I expect that in today's session, students will be enlightened with how we can use data science and how various applications are related with the data sciences, because nowadays, since data has become a challenge, that is how we can manage, maintain, update, and perform various analysis on data, because data is a main focus of for working or for the success of any business model. So with this, I once again welcome Dr. Saloni Bhushan for taking the session, and I congratulate the complete department of IT and computer applications to come up with these types of sessions. And my heartiest congratulations to Dr. Mukta, Dr. Surbi, for taking care of this lecture today, webinar today, on a really very pertinent topic. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. Your enlightening words are always a treat to the ears. Moving ahead.
Yeah, Pragya, before you move ahead, I would also like to tell here that through these platforms, although online education has become a challenge, but what I have seen is over the periods that students have also groomed themselves. They have now come to know that how to handle virtual events, and Pragya is one evidence before us, because from the beginning I am watching her, that is from her first semester to till date, that there has been a lot of improvement. So these are the platforms to improve the overall grooming of the society. It is not class, it is not only Pragya but others, all the students I have seen are working enthusiastically towards whatever events are organized, whether it is IT Fest or any webinar or anything. So my appreciation for all of them.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now, moving ahead, I would like to introduce our admired and respected HOD ma'am, Dr. Mukta Sharma. Dr. Mukta Sharma is an associate professor and HOD, CS and IT department with Trinity Institute of Professional Studies and has more than 17 years of teaching experience. Her area of research is information security, cryptography, and e-commerce. To her credit, she has more than 25 research papers published both in national and international journals and conferences. She has authored numerous books and chapters. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Mukta Sharma, HOD Tips, to kindly give the welcome address to the audience. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Pragya. I believe I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon to one and all present. At the outset, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our respected director, ma'am, and would like to thank her for sparing her time. I'm delighted to welcome our distinguished speaker of the day, Dr. Saloni Bhushan, for giving her consent to share her intellect with our students. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to welcome all my faculty members and my dear students. We at Trinity have always placed a strong emphasis on developing a learning system that extends beyond traditional classroom instructions and allows students to interact with professionals and renowned academicians from diverse areas. Dear students, today's talk will be on a very significant topic, that is the data sciences. As very well said by Radhi, a data analyst at Synthogen, analytics is the future, and the future is now. Every mouse click, keyboard button press, swipe, or tap is used to shape business decisions. Everything is about data these days. Data is information, and information is power. With this quote, I would like to mention about data sciences, which is booming in all sectors of activity because we all humans are generating more and more data. This is the case of connected objects, social networks, smartphones, or web series, web search engines we are actually using. But all these data offer unprecedented opportunities for companies in all industries, research institutions, or public sector. That's why data is often referred to as the oil of 21st century. Data science enables you to make decision based on data rather than on mere intuition. As a result, it is revolutionizing our daily lives and opening up new horizons. Data science is providing the solution in almost all fields, may it be financial sector, where it is detecting anomalies of frauds and helping the bankers to observe the pattern and detect the frauds, whether it is retail companies, which are using it for advertising, targeting, and personalized marketing. They are also able to predict the sales and revenue by detecting the trends and patterns in the data sets. We can see it in healthcare sector, specifically during COVID time. I believe the IT technology, actually advancement in IT technology has actually helped the healthcare sector come up with the vaccination very quickly. And the recommendation engines these days, which are, I believe we all are seeing, the Netflix and Hotstar and Prime and Spotify. So the recommendation engine based on the analysis of consumer preference, largely used by the streaming platforms and the Google and companies like Amazon, they're actually into those algorithms. So these are being used very often these days. Even our autonomous cars, they rely on data sciences and predictive analysis to adjust their speeds, avoid obstacles and dangerous lane changes, or choose the fastest route. So students, data sciences is flourishing field with so much exciting work going on everywhere. Now, without much ado, let me conclude my speech with a quote by Carly Fiorina, ex-CEO of HP. The goal is to turn data into information and the information into insight. With this, I would like to end my speech. Let's listen to Dr. Saloni. Over to you, Pragya.
Thank you, ma'am. Your words are always an inspirational chant for all of us. Now, it is the time to introduce the audience to our prominent speaker of the day, Dr. Saloni Bhushan. Dr. Saloni Bhushan, Assistant Professor, V.K. Krishnamanan College, University of Mumbai, has 20 years of rich industry and academia experience. She has expertise in various topics like data science, information retrieval, data communication and networking, advanced Java, network security, web technology, web services, etc. She has acted as a member Board of Advisory Committee of CS and IT Department, Vande Mataram Degree College, Mumbai. She has successfully led, managed, and handled various national and international webinars and seminars, workshops, and many other technical events. Thank you, ma'am, for taking out your precious time and connecting with us. Now, I would request you to kindly enlighten us with your kind words. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for such a nice introduction.
Thank you,
It's
ma'am.
indeed my pleasure to present my thoughts on data science to you. On this onset, I would like to express my gratitude to Chairman Dr. R.K. Tandon sir, Director Professor Dr. Barka Bahel Madam, HOD Dr. Mukta Sharma Madam of Trinity Institute of Professional Studies for giving me this opportunity. Greetings to all the dignitaries of the institution and all my friends from the student community. Let me share my screen. Let me know if my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Hope my audio is good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us begin our today's talk. The theme of today's session is World of Data Science. As Mukta madam told, this is an emerging trend. Data science is used extensively in all domains, in all aspects of our day-to-day life. The most abundant thing today is data. We have data about everything, and it is increasing multifold every day. Information has become the currency of modern business, and an increasing number of organizations rely on collecting, storing, processing data to improve their business model and revenues. I'm going to take your 40 to 50 minutes, and we will keep our discussions focused around these points. We will discuss history of data analysis, data science, real-world application, its component. We will discuss some use cases. Then we will discuss about machine learning, one of the aspects in data science. Then we will discuss about data scientist roles. Starting with the history, the historical meaning of term computer is one who computes. That is a person. Since 1700, statisticians have been using computers to analyze data. So actually, it's not a new idea. For example, Carl Pearson, one of the founders of statistics, directed a team of computers in his lab in London around early 1900. But for many years, computers could only work on very small problems. Post-World War II, increasing use of computing to solve algorithmic aspects of statistical analysis was observed. During 60s,
Ma'am?
yes?
Ma'am, your PPT is shared, but your slides are not being shared. So we are only seeing the first slide.
Okay. Wait, I will share again. Is it visible now? Is it moving?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we were discussing about history of data analysis and computing. It started since 1700. Statisticians have been using computers for analyzing data. So it is not a new idea. It was there. Carl Pearson, one of the founders of statistics, directed a team of computers in his lab in London around early 19th century. But for many years, computers could only work on relatively small problems. Post-World War II, increasing use of computing to solve algorithmic aspects of statistical analysis was observed. During 60s, development of statistical computing and exploratory data analysis started. In 80s, computing allowed statisticians to explore more flexible models, and increase in use of non-parametric techniques and simulation methods were introduced during 80s. In 90s, development of machine learning, that is a very flexible predictive modeling technique developed in computer science. And here are we today, the data science. This is a combination of computing plus statistics plus application. Data science is a blend of these different technologies. The major contributors. We can see the dot plot. This dot plot shows the cost of hard drive per gigabyte all through the years, and you can observe the sharp reduction in cost. This was one of the factors contributing in the storage and processing of large amount of data. Another major contributor to data world is Introduction of social media. Social media almost forced everyone to be on internet. Whatever we are doing on internet, all our activities are captured. With advent of Facebook in 2004, followed by YouTube in 2005, then Instagram, then Snapchat. So everyone and each one of us are on internet. We are data generating machines. Whenever we are on web, we are leaving our footprints there. In 21st century, we live a large part of our lives online. Almost everything we do is reduced to bits and sent through cables around the world at light speed. How much data we are generating? Let us have a look. Some of the massive amounts of information that human beings generate every single day. Just observe this diagram. 2.9 million mails are sent every second. 375 megabytes data consumed by households each day. 20 hours of video uploaded on YouTube every minute. 24 petabytes of data per day processed by Google. 50 million tweets per day. 700 billion total minutes spent on Facebook each month. 1.3 exabytes of data sent and received by mobile internet users. 72.9 products ordered on Amazon per second. Isn't it surprising? Have we ever thought of how much data we are generating? We have never gave a thought. We are just doing whatever we want to do. So a groundbreaking study in 2013 reported 90% of the entirety of world's data has been created within previous 2 years. Let that sink in. In just 2 years, we have collected and processed 9 times the amount of information than the previous 92,000 years of humankind combined. And my dear students, this is not slowing down. It is projected that we have already created 2.7 zettabytes of data, and in coming years, that number will reach to nearly 44 zettabytes. So where all this data is going, what to do with all this data? Can we make something useful out of it? What are its real world applications? So actually these questions are the domain of data science. This is what data science addresses. Actually, this data is very, very precious. Data is gold mine. As your madam told earlier, just now madam was talking about the importance of data. The massive amount of data we saw just now can lead us to many meaningful insight. There are many applications like human behavior modeling using social media is possible. Whatever you are doing on social media, that can be captured, that can be processed, that can be analyzed to model human behavior. Another example I'm taking up here, that is, this diagram is showing geolocated tweets around Ukraine airwing. So what this data, what type of insight we can get out of this data? Suppose the longitude and latitude of people is collected, processed, and analyzed. It can show some hidden insight, such as 90% population go out on weekends, while 7% goes out on weekdays. This information can be used by business for future prediction, and accordingly, they can plan and arrange their inventory. So this is going to help in their business. Another example, this diagram is showing large hadron collider of CERN. Scientific experiments are performed there. This is the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator. Such type of scientific experiments generate huge amount of data in terms of petabytes and terabytes. You must be knowing the size of petabytes and terabytes. So such huge amount of data is processed and analyzed to generate outcome. Such experiments leads to some new results. Processing such type of data becomes possible with the help of big data analysis and all. What is big data? That we will learn. Whenever we are learning about data science, this is another term which always comes in mind. Today's market is changing in incredible ways with an increased buzz around AI and machine learning. You all might have heard artificial intelligence. Are you aware about artificial intelligence, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you understand by artificial intelligence? What is being done there?
Ma'am, basically the algorithms are being written so that we can take an example of a chat box. So it chats like as if a human is chatting with us, and behind that chat box, actually the algorithms are being written so that accordingly the messages will be sent to the user who is interacting. So this is an example of it.
This is one form of artificial intelligence. Chatbots are software modules where different situations are already fed. What type of questions may be asked by the customers or by the client, and in one particular situation, how the software is going to answer. Everything is fed there. Everything is already implemented there, and based on the prior knowledge, that software communicates with its client, responds to its client. So this is one form of artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is done with the help of one of the important aspect of artificial intelligence or data science. Actually, data science leads to artificial. All these branches are submerging at one place. So machine learning is one of the aspect, one of the domain of data science. So machine learning is one of the major part which makes this AI possible. So every company will say they are doing a form of data science. But what exactly does that mean? The field is growing so rapidly and revolutionizing so many industries. It is difficult to fence its capability with a formal definition. But generally, data science is devoted to the extraction of clean information from raw data for the formulation of actionable insights. What is the meaning of raw data? From where we are collecting all such data? What is the size of data about which we are talking here? Data is already there. We are working on data, being computer professional, being in computer field. We are already knowing about data, processing it, and generating output out of that processing. All these things we have already learned. What is new about data science? The specialty of data science is the size of data which we are processing, and the format is not a standard format. The data which we are accepting here is totally in raw format without any structure. So that unstructured data is captured, that is processed, and it is trained onto a model. Then that model will used for predicting the inputs. So our digital data carries the most importance in the field. It has incalculable benefits in business, research, and our everyday life. Your route to work, your most recent Google search for the nearest coffee shop, your Instagram post, what you ate, and even the health data from your fitness tracker are all important to different data scientists in different way. Data from different sources sifted through massive lakes of data, looking for connections and patterns. Data science is responsible for bringing us new products, delivering breakthrough insights, and making our lives more convenient. What about market cap? The data science platform market size is expected to grow from USD 37.9 billion in 2019 to USD 140.9 billion by 2024. So, data science roles are extremely well paid and versatile in terms of industries and tools. Whenever we are talking about data Data science always focuses on the collection and application of data, which is unmanageable in normal case. The size of data is very huge and data is completely raw. There is no structure at all. So such type of data on which we are working here is having a special name that is named as big data. So what is this big data? You all must have heard this name. In big data, big is the moving target. Constructing a threshold for big data, such as 1 petabyte, is meaningless. We can't make it absolute. The size is ever growing. The size is not static. Only when the size becomes a challenge, it is worth referring to it as big data. So big is when it cannot fit on one machine. When our data is not manageable, we can't store it on one machine, then only it becomes big data. So this is a cultural phenomenon actually. It describes how much data is part of our life, precipitated by accelerated advances in technology. The 4 V's of big data is volume, variety, velocity, and value. Volume is very huge, which cannot be stored at a single machine. Variety, data have variations. Data is not uniform here. Velocity, data is always moving, always dynamically generated. Such type of data we are addressing here. And this data has some value. It is always going to give us very important information once it is processed. That's why it is termed as gold mine. That's why we have termed data as gold mine. The big data revolution consists of 3 things. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Ma'am, again, your slides are not moving.
Slides. I'm talking about big data. Can you see big data slide there?
No, ma'am, we are on today's scenario.
Okay. I think some internet problem. I will share again. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, I have to mute. Voice is okay? Audio is okay now?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Yeah, so I was talking about big data. Big data is the data which cannot fit on single machine, and big data allows the variations in data. Big data accept messiness in data. So this big data revolution consists of 3 things. First is collecting and using lot of data rather than a small sample. In previous days, we were performing research on a sample of data rather than using entire population. We were taking a sample, and based on that sample, we were checking our hypothesis, and we were we were recording the observations based on that sample data. But in case of big data, it is not a small sample from the population, rather entire data in entirety, complete population is considered there. So any type of data, any size of data is allowed. Messiness is allowed. It doesn't expect perfect data. Any type of data is accepted. Giving up on knowing the causes, no need for explanation why messiness is there. It is not needed. So all irregularities in data is acceptable. So such type of data is known as big data. Comparing from the traditional data analysis, there is a complete paradigm shift. As I told you, in our traditional data analysis, we were collecting samples from our population, and based on that sample, we have to perform the experiment. But there is a complete paradigm shift in data analysis. Nowadays, we have technological drivers like sensors, which are very cheap and ubiquitous, everywhere available, omnipresent, like GPS on your mobile. Data storage became very easy. We all are data owners. You must be storing your data on clouds. Are you storing your data on clouds?
Yes, ma'am. Google Drive, Google Photos.
Yes. Google Drive, OneDrive. So these are all drives available, and we all are data owners. Computational power became very cheap. The cost of computers also became very cheap. So computational power is very handy nowadays. Different data analysis methods like statistics and machine learning is introduced, which makes this such type of experiments very handy. We have access to internet and wireless communication. We can collect and share data. So there is a convergence, tremendous demand for data analysis in business, in science, in medicine, in engineering, and many more. In the past, this demand was met by statistics, but there were some restrictions. Such type of statistics was not able to scale up. There are not nearly enough statisticians. More tools were required than just statistics like databases, algorithms, machine learning. So these all things were needed, which was not available in past. Coming to data science in real world. Why data science? As we learned, data is everywhere and data can help us in making more smarter decisions. So trend shifted to data science. Now, what is this? Data science is skill of extracting knowledge from data. Raw data is like puzzle. You all must have played this type of puzzle game since your childhood. You played?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So when we try to arrange the puzzle in a meaningful way, that stage is known as pre-processing. This is the state of preparing the data. Once you started arranging, you can get an idea about the scene behind the puzzle. This stage is known as visualize and analyze. Ultimately, once the puzzle is done completely, we can get a final picture. So actually, same process is done on raw data. The process of getting insights from raw data is called data science. So raw data processed, analyzed, and finally it generates insights like caterpillar turning into butterflies. The life cycle, raw data is taken out from source. A process named as ETL, full form is extract, transform, and load. Data is extracted from source, then it is transformed, it is processed, then it is transferred to database, and finally, it is loaded into memory for analysis, analyzing, and visualizing to generate the insight. So knowledge, finally, these insights are used to take decisions, identifying hidden relationships or patterns using this data. The question is who uses? Actually, it should be who not. Businesses and institutions from various sectors like healthcare, finance, insurance, travel, energy management, telecom, industry, education industry, and many more. You just name, all industries nowadays are using data science. Their insights are used to improve the decision-making process, to set key performance indicators, and for other business purposes. The components of data science consists of Data science is actually a combination of different tools. Data science consists of statistics, computing, and application. Statistics, mathematical and probabilistic foundations are being used there. Computing algorithms and softwares makes a part of data science. And finally, applications for analyzing real data is used for getting the insight out of processed data. Data science involves full life cycle of data, from real-world unstructured data to predictions and decisions. Data science is broader than just databases, statistics, or machine learning algorithm. But all these are critical components of it. Its key aspects, domain knowledge and problem definitions should be very clear before beginning. Data should be prepared, organized, and properly managed. Understanding of uncertainty that is done through statistics. Computing algorithms, fitting models, and machine learning are used for processing the data. Iterative exploration and experimentations are done. And on the top, human judgment and interpretation is used for processing of the data, that raw data. How data science used in different organizations. Different use cases are taken here, like Facebook, Google, Amazon, Spotify, Disney, Kaiser, Blizzard, Honda. You all are there on Facebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can anyone explain how Facebook might be using our data? Is Facebook using our data, whatever we are doing there?
Yes, ma'am. It is using all the data. In fact, in news, it was that Facebook is reading our chats also.
Okay. Why Facebook is reading our chat? What is the purpose behind it?
Ma'am, maybe to personalize it for our convenience so that people use more and more Facebook and other products of Facebook.
To customize, to give up a personalized experience, yes, that is correct. But besides that, actually, Facebook is not only for customers. Every organization, whatever they are offering, that is not for free. Some or the other way you are paying to it. Okay, you must have observed that you get an advertisement of the products which you are thinking in your mind on your FB page. Have you ever observed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, you must be wondering how they give friend suggestions. Groups are also suggested. Your watch list is personalized. Advertisement based on your likes, dislikes, and sharing are pushed. All these things is possible due to data science. They are not just serving you, they are using your data for their own business. Okay, Google, what Google might be doing with your data, what type of data they are capturing?
Mama, search history.
Your search history, whatever activity you are performing there. After getting the result, you might have put some keyword, you are getting some result from there. From that result, which particular link you preferred the most? Everything is captured, everything is processed, and based on your feedback, user feedback, the next time result is improvised. Why Google is serving so generous? Why he is improving its service for one particular customer?
Ma'am, it is not for one particular customer, but it is for everyone. Just to
But
give
why
a
so?
experience.
Yeah, Google also uses big data for personalized search experience, for generating ranked list of result for a keyword search. The pages are ranked. Whenever you are getting a result page, how Google is deciding which particular link should come on the top, which should come next, which should go on second page or third page. So this ranking is also done with the help of big data. Okay, but again, Google is not only serving us. Google is doing all this for its own business as well. Okay, so everything is done with the help of big data analysis or data science behind the scene. Same way, Spotify. Do you ever wonder how Spotify just seems to recommend the perfect song you are in mood for? Have you ever thought?
Ma'am, AI must be working again.
Again, big data analysis. It
Ma'am,
uses big data. Yes.
ma'am, I think your slide is freezed again.
No, slide is that only.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm talking about those organizations, how it is using big data processing behind the scene. Okay. So
Ma'am, the slide I can see is components of data science.
components of data science. I'm facing some network issues here. Geo server is down, I think. Yeah, you got the correct slide now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So Spotify uses big data for digitizing the taste of users, developing personalized content for enhanced marketing through targeted ads, and so on. Okay, what about Amazon?
It also provides us the personalized experience, like the things we were searching on Google. When we go on Amazon, it shows us those products only on the first page, on the home page.
Yes, yes. So how it is possible? Cross websites. Google is one website, Amazon is another website. They
Sharing
might
of
be
data.
sharing our, yes, they might be sharing our data. While doing purchases, you are suggested with some other similar products or a combination of products, the product which is related to your current purchase. Correct? Such type of recommendations are shown there. So these recommendations is possible with the help of big data analysis only. Okay. What about Disney? Have you ever heard about Disney World?
Yes, ma'am.
So every guest to Disney World gets a magic band. Are you aware? A wristband?
No,
Have
ma'am.
you ever heard of?
No, ma'am.
No. So whenever you go to Disney World, they gives you a wristband. That is a magic band actually. This magic band is equipped with RFID technology and a long range radio. So these bands communicate with thousands of sensors and stream real-time data to hundreds of systems. And all this data is designed to help Disney cast members anticipate your desires so that they can give you personalized experience. Okay, so this way, this entire business work. Same way, Tesser, this is a healthcare industry. It also uses big data for determining the risk of various diseases in newborn babies, as madam told you, for fraud detection and all. They are using big data analysis. Blizzard entertainment industry, that is another use case. They uses big data analysis to customize, to provide a personalized atmosphere environment to its gamers. Next is Honda, the automobile giant. Every organization using big data analysis for one or the other reason, for enhancing their business, for increasing their customer base. Honda is using analytical tools. This makes them collaborate to understand drivers' behavior, increase reliability, and design more personalized driving experience. So all the industry, all organizations are nowadays based on big data analysis and data science. So these are data science applications. Facebook uses data science application for online advertisement. Google for online advertisement, Facebook uses for automated recommendation as well, Amazon for demand forecasting, Spotify automated recommendation, Disney demand forecasting, Kaiser fraud detection, for automated customer support, Honda for churn prediction. So these are different organizations and how they are using data science for their business. Now, how does Facebook predict what content to show you? How it personalizes its content for its user. Friend suggestions, groups are also suggested. Your watch list is personalized. Advertisement based on which type of post you are liking, which type of post you are disliking, which post you are sharing. All these activities are captured, analyzed, and based on this analysis, your watch list is personalized. Advertisements are pushed on your page. Okay, so all this is possible with the help of data science and big data analysis. Similarly, web search, same thing I was talking about. How Google ranks pages. How once you are using one link, once you are preferring the first or second link, next time the rank of that link is changed in your next keyword search. So all these things, all this type of activities, all this type of personalization in your search browsing history is done through this data science. Personalized search experience, generating rank list of result of a keyword search is possible with the help of big data analysis. That whatever we are searching on Google, if we are opening our Facebook page, all those products are shown on our Facebook page. So how it happens? How does Amazon forecast? How many items for its warehouse? Again, this is a well-known, Amazon is a well-known e-commerce platform. Slide is proper, no? Slide has not changed?
Ma'am, the slide has not changed. We can see that Google and Bing.
Yes, yes, yes. So all your information is collected. to use in social media advertising algorithms that can be further used to expand customer relations, recommending products, improving customer experience and services, etc. The next example, the next use case is autonomous car. How autonomous cars recognize objects in image data. Actually, this is based on machine learning algorithm. The model is trained with a training data set. Then a newly captured image is processed based on the training data set to make predictions. And this way, car can decide what to do, what action to be taken once a particular image is captured. Another use case, your wearable health data. How can we use wearable data to improve our health? It is tracking all your parameters, body parameters, and accordingly it is deciding, because it is trained on that data, so it is able to predict what is going to happen. Another example, how can we make personalized recommendations in medicine? Again, the model is trained on some training data set, and accordingly it can take newly introduced data. And in another very common example, personalized, this one, politics. Such type of scenario, you must have always observed how we can reliably predict events like elections with the help of big data processing. They are collecting our data. They are collecting data from various sources, from websites, from social media websites, from WhatsApp, wherever you are communicating, wherever you are available online. And the it is predicted that. So all these applications we have discussed so far are built on ideas from database system, algorithms, software engineering, machine learning, probabilistic and statistical models, quantification of uncertainty, data visualization, and many more. Lots of factors are involved there. Now, how this entire process takes place. Data pipeline. Unstructured data is captured from source. That may be a social media, that may be your Facebook, that may be Twitter, that may be Instagram, whatever. Data is unstructured in nature. Data is completely raw. That unstructured data is extracted. That data is transformed. Data is processed. Then database. Then that processed data is used for data modeling. It is set on some model, some machine learning model is trained based on that data. Once the model is trained, that model is ready for prediction. It becomes predictive model, and predictions and decisions are generated. So this way, this entire process takes place. Now, what are different sources of data? Data can be user generated. You must be using blogs. You may be uploading various documents. Whatever you are doing on social media, you are generating data only. Lots and lots of data you are generating there. Data can be system application generated, like weblogs. Whenever a software, whenever a server loads, and until it is working, it generates logs. Logs are simple text files. So weblogs is again a huge amount of data. Network event logs, whatever activities are performed on network, all these activities are written as simple text in simple text file. Those text files are known as logs. Data can be device generated. Some examples are given there, like surveillance camera capturing traffic patterns. Just imagine the surveillance camera installed in the corridors of your college. How much data it may be capturing in whole day, how much data it may be generating. You must have seen point of sale system. Do you know what is POS system? Students?
No, ma'am.
You must be going to malls, you must be going to different shopping stores. and how they are calculating your bill. There is one scanner, all the products are scanned there.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
machine is known as point of sale system. Okay, data can be internal, generated internally in an organization across business processes. That can be sales data, that can be logistic data, finance data, HR data, and many more. Data can be external, generated by external bodies or data aggregators or credit bureaus. So these are different few sources I have listed here. You can imagine various other sources, and everywhere data is available. The very first stage is data extraction. Data extraction is the process that involves retrieval of data from various sources. Frequently, companies extract data in order to process it further, migrates data to a data repository, such as data warehouse or data lake, to further analyze it. During this process, data is transformed. Finally, you want to combine the data with other data in target data store. Those data may be in different format, but still they may have similar information. So all these different data stores needs to be combined. These processes collectively are known as ETL, that is extraction, transformation, and loading. And extraction is the first key step in this process. Now there is another stage that is known as data cleaning. This data cleaning is the process of ensuring that your data is correct and usable. You need to identify any errors in data, or you have to check for missing data. You need to correct it or delete it. Depends upon the policy. Cleaning up data is the first and most important step. It ensures the quality of data met to prepare data for visualization. Once data is cleaned, then only it can be visualized. There is another common term in data processing, in data science, that is named as data wrangling. Sometimes it is also referred as data munging. This is the process of transforming and mapping data from one raw data to analytic ready format. There are different stages. First, we need to gather data from inside and outside the firewall. That data may be internal data, internal to an organization. Some data may be external. So we need to gather it, understand the source and their limitations. Sometimes we may not be able to extract data from one particular source. Like Twitter is a huge source of data. We can fetch tweets. We can work on that. But again, there is some limitations. They put some restrictions. You can't extract tweets more than 1000 unless and until you have special permission for that. So we need to understand the source and their limitations. Then after extracting the data, we need to clean up for duplicates, blanks, and other simple errors. Then we need to join data into a single table. Sometimes we may need to calculate new fields and recategorize it. Then visualizing the data to remove outliers and illogical results. There may be some anomalies in our data, so we need to remove such type of outliers, such type of anomalies, so that we can visualize it and we can retrieve a certain pattern out of that data. We can find out the relationship between different variables of the data. So this process is known as data wrangling, students. There is one stage after doing all this pre-processing. The stage is data visualization, which is termed as exploratory data analysis. Short form is EDA. This is an approach of data analysis that employs variety of techniques. Mostly data is represented graphically. Once data is represented graphically, it maximizes insight into a data set. You can get the pattern, you can get the relationship out of data at one single glance. You can uncover underlying structure. You can extract important variables. Detecting outliers and anomalies would be easier. And then we can test underlying assumptions once data is represented graphically. So the next stage is data analysis. For analyzing the data, again, there are various stages, students. When we are doing some analysis, the very first thing is defining objectives. We should be very clear about the objective, what we want to find out from this data. So once the goal is set, we can pose questions. Once the questionnaire is formed, we can collect data based on those questions. Then we can perform data wrangling. Then we can perform data analysis. And once the data analysis is performed, we can draw conclusions and make predictions. So the next very important aspects of data science and also for artificial intelligence, as I told you earlier, is machine learning. So what is this machine learning? As I told you, machine learning is an application of artificial intelligence that provides systems ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. And once data classification is done, your model is ready to process new input data. And once it is getting new input data, it is going to new object is cat or not cat, that can be predicted with the help of this model. Is this diagram clear?
Ma'am, your screen sharing got off. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible, but your video is lagging.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. You can hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Let me share again.
Yes, ma'am.
We were discussing about machine learning, students. So machine learning is an application of artificial intelligence that provides systems ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed. So machine learning is a method of teaching the computer to learn like humans. This learning has more capacity than human because when we have enormous amount of data that is beyond normal person's comprehension or capacity to understand the patterns in data, that part can be solved with the help of computer. The data is cleaned and organized in manner that machine can understand. Machine learning predictions are accessed differently depending upon different machine learning algorithms like classification, regression, clustering, or supervised and unsupervised learning. So machine learning is the base of artificial intelligence, students. So now what are different types of machine learning? Machine learning is categorized into two types, supervised learning and unsupervised learning. In supervised learning, we are given input data set and possible output is also given. The presence of output will guide the learning process. There is a relationship and output. So model is trained based on the input data set where we have input as well as output. So model is learned using that data set. After training our model, when we are giving some new input, the input can be categorized and the model can make a prediction whether it belongs to one category or the other. So this way the supervised learning works. There are two different techniques. Regression comes under supervised learning techniques. So supervised learning, as its name indicate, something like presence of supervisor or a teacher. In which we teach or train the machine using data which is labeled. The data is already tagged with correct answer. After that, machine is provided with new data set or example data set. Am I still there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So once it is trained, it can produce and correct is unsupervised learning. In unsupervised learning, we don't have a labeled data. So data which we are giving as input to this type of machine learning is not labeled, neither classified nor not labeled. Your model should go through the data and it should understand the patterns. It should find out the patterns out of that data on its own. When it is classified, then that classification can be used for predicting the new input. Okay, so algorithm, the training of machine using information that is neither classified nor labeled, and algorithm is allowed to act on the information without any guidance. Here, no teacher, no supervisor is. Machine has to decide on its own. The task of machine is to group unsorted information according to similarities, patterns, differences without any prior training of data. Such type of learning can be classified into two categories of algorithm. First is clustering, second is association. In clustering, machine has to discover the inherent groupings in the data, such as groupings of customers by purchasing behavior, grouping of users based on their past behavior, and so on. Second category of such type of algorithm is termed as association. Association rule learning problem is where you want to discover rules, describe large portions of your data, such as people that buy X also tend to buy Y. Most of the time, you might have seen on online shopping websites, once you are purchasing one item, it starts showing you the next item which is related to that you have bought. So such type of recommendations are possible with the help of this algorithm, association algorithm. One product, its features are related to some other product, and those two products are associated with each other, and that way this machine learning algorithm can identify the people who buy one product may also tend to buy and this second product. So this is association example. Now, the responsibilities of data analyst. What data analysts do in any organization. As we learned, analysis is a technique to gain insight into an organization's data. Data analysts may have following responsibilities: to create important reports, possibly a third-party reporting, data warehouse, or business intelligence system to help the business make better decisions. to merge data from multiple data sources together as part of data mining so it can be analyzed and reported on, to run queries on existing data sources, to evaluate analytics and analyze. Data analysts organizations' data repositories and use their technical skills to query and manipulate the data. They may also be skilled in statistical analysis, having a high level of mathematical experience. So the data analyst and data scientist is two different designation. Data scientist is responsible for entire process, collecting, extracting, pre-processing, selecting the model, then training the data, training the model. So the process in entirety is the responsibility of data scientist. The role of data analyst is rather limited. So data analyst is knowledge which aids to business. Okay. To understand the responsibilities of a data scientist, to understand the entire process, I would like to show you a video. So this is the last part which I want to show you here.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, sorry, I got disconnected.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, are you sharing something?
No, I'm not sharing. Just a moment. Give me a moment.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
This is from Simply Learn. Actually, I love this video very much. I just wanted to share this video.
Ma'am, there's no audio in the video.
No, there is no audio actually.
Okay, ma'am.
So entire life cycle, the entire process of data processing, what is being done in data science, how it changes the world, what are different roles available in data science, and what we are expecting once we are in field of data science is shown there. And that's all from my side.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your knowledge and wisdom with us. It was really very informative.
Thank you.
Ma'am, actually, I had a question. So, can I have the privilege
Yeah,
to?
yes. Tell me.
Ma'am, do we need to have a good programming skills to be succeeded in as a data scientist?
Actually, data science is blend of different technologies like statistics, mathematics. You should be aware of. You should have good programming skill. You should be aware of different tools where you can do the analysis. So some sort of programming is surely required.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for answering my question. So, now moving ahead, before concluding today's event, may I now request Ms. Ritika Kapoor, Assistant Professor, CS&IT Department, to come forward and propose the formal vote of thanks. Over to you, ma'am.
A very good evening to everyone present here. It's my privilege to have been asked to propose a vote of thanks on this occasion. I would like to extend a vote of thanks to Dr. Saloni Bhushan, who gave her vital time from her busy schedule to enlighten our students on the world within data science. I'm sure the students must have acquired about the key concepts of data science and big data from this enlightening session. I would like to thank our chairman, Sir Dr. R.K. Tandon, for providing us a platform for enriching students and always being a source of inspiration for us. I would like to thank our director, ma'am, Dr. Barkha Behl, for her untiring support and guidance. I would like to thank HOD CS&IT Department, Dr. Mukta Sharma, for her vision. I would like to thank Dr. Surbhi Shankar, the faculty in charge for this event. I would like to thank Pragya for her wonderful anchoring. I would like to thank Ishan, Aditya, and Abhinav for beautiful poster and PPT designing. I would also like to thank to all the faculty members and dear students for participating in this fruitful session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind appreciation. Now, I would like to request everyone to kindly switch on their cameras for a virtual photograph. Ma'am, is it done?
Yes, Pragya, it's done. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. So thank you everyone for joining us today. And once again, wish you all a happy Basant Panchami. Thank you.